Good evening, dear students, Mr. Galecka, Mr. Nissen, dear ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Federal Ministry of Research, Technology and Space, the new name sounds even better in English, right? I would like to warmly welcome you all to this gala evening of the Green ICT Camp. I'm delighted that you, dear students, are here and want to learn more about green electronics alongside your studies. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank you, Mrs. Talenchuk and Ms. Zimmermann, and of course the entire organization team, especially the colleagues from the Fraunhofer IPMS, for organizing this week for the third time. We've been supporting the Green ICT at FMD Competence Center since 2022, and I'm personally delighted to see that you have been able to inspire so many young students in Berlin, in Nuremberg, and now here in Dresden to take interest in Green ICT. But why are we all here? You, the students, are here because of your interest in Green ICT and to further your education in the field of sustainable electronics as a kind of supplement to your university studies. Our colleagues from the Competence Center, Green ICT and FMD are here because they are doing the research on new solutions in environmentally sustainable microelectronics and are aiming at transferring this knowledge to industry, to the education sector, and of course, finally, to society. And I, or rather the BMFTR, am here to ensure that taxpayers' money is invested in the best possible way, for example, in the most important and promising areas like this. At first glance, this might be very different, but I think we all have one thing in common. We are fighting together for a well-functioning innovation system here in Germany based on the globally applicable SDGs. But what makes an innovation system work well? From my point of view, two things are very important. First of all, of course, good research, from basic research all the way up the TRL levels to industrial research. And of course, also young talents and skilled workers, because they are crucial for the implementation of the good results from the research, both in universities and research institutions, and of course, in the industry. Let's continue to work together to ensure a strong innovation system here in Germany, and you, the students, you can play the most active role in shaping this system of the future. Let me now move on to the question of why the BMFTR is committed to the topic of Green ICT. When you open the newspaper, or more likely an online news media, among a huge variety of topics, there are two that you can still not ignore. Climate change and still the shortage of skilled workers, especially in the technical professions. Climate change threatens us all, and the shortage of skilled workers threatens our economy and thus our prosperity, at least in the technical sectors. But why is Green ICT so important in this context? I'm sure that the colleagues from Fraunhofer presented you the results of the latest ICT study by IZM. The annual ICT electricity consumption in Germany rose significantly by 17% between 2015 and 2025, and now is about 55 terawatt hours. Over the next 10 years, until 2035, an even steeper increase of about 40% in total is expected. Then we got a consumption of about 75 terawatt hours. Data centers in particular are becoming the biggest driver of the future ICT electricity demand in Germany. The share of data centers in the total electricity demand of ICT is growing significantly. From about 30% in 2015, it will increase to more than a half, to 55% in 2035. These are numbers you can be afraid of, but now you can blame ICT for being a sustainability issue itself and stop using it. It's a quite simple message. We also can ignore the negative implications of ICT and just promote more use of information and communication technologies leads to a more sustainable world, but this is also a pretty simple and not accurate message. Green ICT is important because it means Be aware of these numbers, do your research, find new ideas to make ICT itself as resource and energy efficient as possible, to make it green ICT. Because in this way, you also maximize the leverage of the positive effects of green by ICT, the use of digital technologies to reduce CO2 emissions in industrial processes, to make energy grids more efficient. The list goes on and on. The potential by use ICT to reduce energy consumption and also to enhance resource efficiency is huge. And it poses a particular challenge for Europe because microelectronics manufacturing requires a lot of electricity and valuable raw materials. Since we have only limited access to both, resource conservation and energy efficiency is vital for companies in the ICT and their users, especially in Germany and Europe, not least because there are increasing requirements regarding the eco-design of electronic products and bans of certain classes of substances. For this reason, the BMFTR is funding the Green ICT Competence Center. The project aims to drive forward green electronics in Germany, for example, to inform and support companies with regard to eco-design and life cycle assessment, to network them, and thus to support the transformation. We are convinced that Germany can play a pioneering role here, and our colleagues at the FMD are actively working on new solutions in 3 areas with very high leverage: sensor edge cloud systems, communication and production. And for that, I would like to say thank you very much and keep up the good work. From my point of view, skilled workers are absolutely important to strengthen the implementation of new and innovative technologies. Only through you, the students, new research approaches can be transferred to industry in a sustainable manner. That's why the Students' Camp have also been an integrated part of the Green ICT Competence Center. The training of young professionals is an important concern of the BMFTR. And let me add one more thing. We are very pleased that the proportion of female participants in all 3 camps was and is very high. Compared to the number of students studying electrical engineering, microsystems technology, and computer science, this is a significantly higher proportion of women. In my opinion, the high number of female applicants in this field suggests that green ICT is not only the right thing to do for the environment, it can also improve the image of digital technologies. Me and my colleagues from the VDI-VDIT and the BMFTR, which we represent, are convinced that you have made a very good choice, both in terms of your study program and your application and decision to attend this camp. Keep good at it and good luck. Dear students, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the BMFTR, I would like to officially open this evening's event and look forward to interesting presentations and lively discussions. Thank you very much for the attention.